Hello, my fellow staycationers. Welcome to a tip video on how to mount things. We have had recently, I've had a couple of people ask me, why doesn't Stampin' Up! Put labels on their stamp pads? So I want to show you they do and how to do that. You do have to do a little bit of work with it. And I also want to share with you how to mount our rubber, they're called cling stamp sets now. Whoops, as opposed to just red rubber, but show you an easier way to get the labels to line up on that. So let's get started. So when you get an ink pad, it is going to be covered in cellophane. So you can just open that, and it has on the front a label in many different languages because we're in many different countries of the world. But on the back, it also has labels that will fit to identify your ink. So you can peel this whole thing off, which is indicated by that little lifty part there. But I like to do each one individually because otherwise I'll have them all over. So I take something that's sharp like that, whether it's my fingernail or my take your pick tool or my scissors. And the first one I pull off is the one that I can read, and I put it on the end of my ink pad, trying to get it centered, but not always successful. So then when I file that in my shelf that I keep all of my ink pads, I can see the label. So that helps. Then when I have it open, I really have to pick it up to look at what name it is or whatever. So what I have been doing, I'll try not to get the ink on my fingers, is to leave them on there, so if I ever do need that one. The other tip with this is if you have trouble opening it this way, you can pinch here and usually it will open. So that is putting the labels on the ink pad. Now we're going to go on to mounting the labels on red rubber cling stamps that we have. This is a new set that I have on hand. I'm going to show you what I found is a fairly easy way to get things lined up. So I will get started by removing all of the stamps themselves. And for this way to do these, you don't need many tools. You need your stamp, you need your stamps, your labels, which come in the package, and you need a clear block, big enough for your biggest stamp. I like to keep my background piece that comes with it, just because it works well for me to keep that in my case. And then I can make sure that I've got all of the stamps when I'm finished with the project, because I've been known to have them all over my desk. So basically when you mount a stamp, according to what's on here, you peel the backing layer off of your sticker like this. You take it and you place that sticker on your stamp. What I've learned from watching someone else, it wasn't something I came up with, that if you want to do it a little bit easier, what you can do is take your label, including the backing, and place it on your clear block. Then remove your label, and I will admit sometimes that takes a little bit of effort because now everything is flat on here, as opposed to if you were to remove this backing when it's still on here, you can bend it and see where that is. Do you see what I'm meaning there? Then on your actual stamp, which you can see if I put it in the camera, that is what I'm going to put it on. If you peel this backing off, it's sticky. Place it on your surface. Make sure it's right side up. And then you just have to put your block down on top of it, and it lines up. Because you can see through it, you see where the edges are. Then when you go to peel it off, you just still have to be careful with that, but it comes off. Now I like to put mine in this way. It does cause them to stick on there, but if I put it this way, it causes the top to stick. So I like to have mine that way. So I'll just carry on and finish them because I do need to have them completed. And I'll speed up the video if it's too long for what we need. Now when I do this one, it looks the same everywhere, and I'm not sure if it is. I will look at it closer when I get the backing peeled off. But this is has proven to be just a little bit easier for matching things up. So now on this one, obviously I've got to place it this way, and I'm going to assume that it is the same everywhere. So, and again, what I've found is that as you bring this block down, you can see the edges of the clear. It's not the same. Now this is really tricky because I can see my plastic over the edges in some areas. I think that's got it though. No, a little bit over on that edge there, but nothing that is going to affect how you use that. So there you have how you put what I believe is an easier way to put labels on your stamps.